Today I want to show you how we recorded this sound in this warehouse for this brand and turned it into this keyboard. I wanted to show you how we made a keyboard, how we made a piano for a specific brand. So now whenever they want any music making, we actually have a starting point that is made from their bottle pops. And this story starts in a cold winter morning last year when we headed over to Sweden, which is where their warehouse and where their operations all are. The company is called Lish. So Lish started out as a family business and it's growing. They're now distributing out as far as China. And they were looking for an identity through sound because they weren't sure what music was going to connect with their audience the best. So we went out there, helped them create a strategy and sampled sounds from the very room that they make this bottle from where it all sort of began. Now today I'm going to specifically focus on just one of these sounds, and this sound is their bottle pop. It's quite a unique sound because it's a very low premium sound. Often when you think about a cork popping in a bottle, it's a very high pitch like... But their bottle, the glass is so thick, which is an intentional move for them to get that premium feeling, that it makes their bottle pop sound very unique. And predominantly, the brand are trying to target 18 to 25-year-olds. That's their ideal target market, and they basically want younger people, if they're going to drink, they want them to be drinking higher quality alcohol for a more affordable price. Now, the issue that Lish had, and they won't mind me saying this, was that they were using songs like the Bee Gees. They were painting this picture of the 70s for their social media marketing. And although it was cool in its own way, it was the music the family listened to, it was the music that the family liked. During our research, we realized that actually they were turning a lot of people off the brand. By playing older music to a younger generation, you're kind of telling the audience that you're a brand for an older generation. You're not telling the audience that they are a brand for 18 to 25-year-olds. And so many brands are doing this. This is why we're really passionate to help people understand the music that they're using and not just use music they like, use music that is going to speak and connect emotionally to the audience that you are trying to speak to. So Lish run a lot of events. They are invited to a lot of events by a lot of brands themselves, and they hire a lot of DJs to play at their events. So we went through a whole bunch of references, and ultimately the big drop, the big moment in this track sounds like this. So that's the brand track we created for Lish, but I want to specifically focus on my favourite sound in this whole track, which is this. Now, believe it or not, that is their bottle popping sound. Here is the bottle pop on its own. I play it on this keyboard. I play this whole melody, turn it into a piano. Now, this is a piano sound that we can use with Lish whenever they want to make any music in the future. They might want to have a variation of this track. They might want a track for a specific campaign. If we always use this sound, they will always have a unique and distinct and very undeniable identity that nobody else can steal in the entire world. You know, unless somebody samples their specific bottle and makes a track, if anything, they'll be doing them a favour, because in the future, then people will assume that track was related with Lish. That is the power of creating your own sounds and not using stock library. I'm going to take a quick second to say that we see so many brands using stock library, and the biggest downside is so many other people are using that same track, and they might be brands that are not in your field. So imagine a health company using the same song as a tobacco manufacturer. That's the damage that it can do if both of those brands are recognizable and people hear both of those songs and get to know those songs. The second is that a lot of brands are licensing tracks over and over again and just using them once throughout the year, so it can get very expensive. So actually to have your own music or even your own small library of music can often be more affordable than licensing lots of famous tracks if you are spending a lot more money with a brand. And third, nobody can copy this. This is completely unique to you. Stock music is never made for you specifically or for your purposes. Even if you run a YouTube channel here, or if you run a social media channel elsewhere, you know, that music isn't specifically made for you with your values, with your target audience, and with your specialist subject in mind. So very often we see that people are not translating the emotion of, you know, their business, their brand, what they are trying to achieve in choosing the right music. And only 4% of marketing budget gets spent on music. I'm sure you'll all agree that music has a much bigger impact than 4% of an advert or a film when you're consuming that content. So we took the sample, and one other quick little thing I want to show you is that we actually sampled the voices of all of the team. So this is samples of all of the Lish team, the original family. Lish spirits. I then created some awesome patterns with the actual voices of the team. And altogether, we have this incredibly fun and unique piano sound for Lish. I've just noticed here as well, we've even got rubbing bottles. So that's actually their bottle from the warehouse. I forgot we did that. That is so fun. So I hope that was insightful. I hope that was interesting for you. And let me know in the comments, would you like to see more insights? I'm not going to be doing these every week, but when we've done something that I'm proud of and I want to capture the moment, whether it's the strategy, whether it's the creation of the music itself, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.